I have always, as far back as I can recall, been a lover of comedy, film, and even stand up. Even though I have laughed at it over the years, comedians that use profanity, I still have an issue with vulgarity during comedy. I mean, is it really necessary to use as much profanity in your set when you're standing before a crowd to try to gain followers, to make more money? I think oftentimes it's because those comedians may not really be funny if they don't use vulgarity. You don't have to use profanity from the beginning all the way to the end of your set. Now, look no further than the comedian that we know as Sinbad. Sinbad is one of the prime examples of a comedian who has never used profanity in his comedy stand-up routines. And he is very funny. And there are some other comedians that don't use vulgarity, such as that. And another thing while I'm on that subject too is to hear women comedians use so much profanity where they sound like drunken sailors. It makes them look less than feminine when they talk like that. So, what are you saying, brother teacher? Do you like comedy stand up when they use vulgarity or profanity or not? I enjoy comedy because when you talk about common everyday happenings or common everyday situations that we all are familiar with, that's funny. But I particularly don't necessarily have to have the embellishment of profanity to get your point across. I think you can still be funny talking about the same subject matter without that. And I think that's sort of a measuring stick that we can use as to whether or not the person is really talented or if they need some help to be or appear talented. What is your opinion on using profanity to an extreme amount, at least, when you're doing your stand-up comedy? Is it necessary? Could Martin Lawrence be funny without profanity? Could Eddie Murphy be funny without using profanity? Could Red Fox have been funny without profanity? Could even Richard Pryor had been funny without profanity? Let me know. I'm curious to see what your response is. This is Brother Teacher.